Philippine Senator Erwin Tulfo has responded to growing rumors surrounding his reported early departure from the Senate on May 13 as political tensions continue to dominate discussions in Manila. Tulfo strongly denied suggestions that his exit from the Senate session was connected to any advanced knowledge of the developments that later unfolded inside the chamber. The controversy emerged after reports and social media discussions claimed that several senators allegedly left the Senate premises earlier than expected before a major confrontation and leadership dispute intensified. The issue quickly triggered speculation online, with some commentators attempting to connect the departures to alleged internal political coordination. Tulfo publicly rejected those claims and described the accusations as irresponsible and unfair. According to his statement, he left around 6 p.m. because of a scheduled meeting and later spent time having dinner with his family. He insisted there was no secret warning, no hidden coordination, and no attempt to avoid the situation developing inside the Senate. The senator also pushed back against allegations targeting members of the Senate minority bloc. He argued that prematurely blaming certain lawmakers without a full investigation would only deepen divisions and further damage public trust in the institution. Tulfo stressed that proper investigations should happen first before conclusions are made. At the center of the broader political tension is the recent Senate leadership struggle that reshaped alliances inside the chamber. In the days leading up to the leadership change, rumors circulated about attempts to reorganize Senate leadership amid highly sensitive national political issues. Tulfo had earlier commented that internal leadership conflicts were not the answer to the country's political challenges. He emphasized that lawmakers should continue focusing on legislation and public service instead of allowing political disputes to dominate the Senate agenda. During interviews following the controversy, Tulfo acknowledged that public attention on the Senate had intensified dramatically. He expressed concern that the institution was being pulled into continuous political drama at a time when Filipinos expected lawmakers to focus on issues such as energy prices, salaries, healthcare, and economic stability. Mas importante for Cayetano to call for an investigation para may black and white, Tulfo said while discussing the need for clarity surrounding the events. The controversy comes during a period of major transition inside Philippine politics. Senator Alan Peter Cayetano recently became Senate President following a dramatic leadership shift that removed former Senate President Tito Sotto from the position. That leadership change fueled speculation about political alignments connected to larger national issues, including discussions surrounding Vice President Sara Duterte and wider tensions between different Senate factions. Tulfo, however, maintained that he was not involved in any hidden operation linked to the unfolding political developments. He repeatedly emphasized that assumptions circulating online lacked evidence and risked damaging the credibility of the Senate. The senator also appealed for restraint from both political supporters and critics. He warned that excessive speculation could distract the Senate from addressing urgent public concerns. Tulfo argued that lawmakers must continue working despite political disagreements and avoid allowing confrontations to overshadow governance. Political observers note that the controversy reflects the increasingly intense atmosphere surrounding Philippine national politics in 2026. The Senate has become a central arena for shifting alliances, leadership negotiations, and debates tied to future political positioning. Tulfo remains one of the most closely watched political figures in the country due to both his media background and his rapid rise inside national politics. Before becoming senator in 2025, he served in multiple government and media roles, including as Secretary of Social Welfare and Development and as a member of the House of Representatives. His statements regarding the May 13 controversy have now become part of a broader national discussion over transparency, accountability, and political trust inside the Philippine Senate. While investigations and political debates continue, Tulfo insists that his departure from the Senate that evening had no connection to the events that later intensified political tensions inside the chamber. As political tensions continue to shape the atmosphere inside the Philippine Senate, the controversy surrounding Senator Erwin Tulfo has become far more than a debate about one lawmaker's departure from a session on May 13. The issue has evolved into a larger reflection of the growing mistrust, speculation, and political polarization now influencing national discourse across the Philippines. While Tulfo firmly denied claims that he had advanced knowledge of the leadership confrontation that later intensified inside the Senate chamber, the public reaction demonstrated how deeply divided and politically charged the national environment has become. In an era dominated by rapid social media narratives and instant political accusations, even routine actions by public officials can quickly become subjects of national controversy. Tulfo repeatedly maintained that his early exit was connected only to a prior engagement and family dinner, insisting there was no hidden coordination or secret political maneuver connected to the Senate developments that followed later that evening. Still, the incident captured widespread attention because it unfolded during one of the most sensitive periods in recent Philippine political history, as alliances inside the Senate continue shifting amid broader national uncertainty. The leadership transition that elevated Senator Alan Peter Cayetano to the position of Senate President marked a turning point that intensified scrutiny on nearly every movement inside the chamber. The removal of former Senate President Tito Sotto triggered debates about loyalty, political strategy, and the future direction of Senate leadership at a time when the country is already facing economic and social pressures. Discussions surrounding the role of Sara Duterte and broader factional rivalries further heightened speculation across political circles. Against that backdrop, online commentators and political observers attempted to connect the early departures of several senators to alleged internal coordination surrounding the unfolding leadership crisis. However, Tulfo strongly rejected those interpretations and warned against allowing assumptions to replace verified facts. His appeal for an official investigation highlighted concerns that public trust in democratic institutions could weaken further if political accusations continue spreading without evidence or due process. Tulfo's response also underscored a broader concern shared by many Filipinos regarding the current state of national politics. Throughout his public statements, he emphasized that the Senate should remain focused on legislation, governance, and public service rather than becoming consumed by internal disputes and political drama. He pointed to issues such as rising energy prices, healthcare concerns, salaries, inflation, and economic uncertainty as matters that lawmakers should prioritize over factional conflicts. His remarks reflected growing public frustration over political instability at a time when many citizens expect government institutions to concentrate on everyday national challenges affecting ordinary families. For many observers, the controversy surrounding Tulfo illustrated how political distractions can overshadow urgent policy discussions that directly impact millions of Filipinos across the country. At the same time, the situation revealed the increasingly powerful role of digital platforms in shaping political narratives. Social media speculation surrounding the Senate event spread rapidly, with unverified theories and accusations gaining attention before formal investigations or official explanations could emerge. This trend has become a defining characteristic of modern Philippine politics, where online discussions often influence public perception faster than institutional processes can respond. Tulfo's warning against premature conclusions reflected broader concerns about misinformation, political manipulation, and the erosion of constructive public debate. Political analysts note that the speed at which controversies now spread online has created an environment where rumors can escalate into national political stories within hours, placing immense pressure on public officials and institutions to react immediately. Despite the controversy, Tulfo remains one of the country's most influential and closely watched political personalities. His long career in media and public service has given him strong national recognition and a direct connection with many Filipino voters. Before entering the Senate, he served in several prominent positions, including as Secretary of Social Welfare and Development and as a member of the House of Representatives. His transition from media personality to national political figure has made him both highly visible and highly scrutinized in the public eye. Supporters view him as a direct and outspoken figure who maintains strong communication with ordinary citizens, while critics continue examining his growing political influence amid the evolving power dynamics inside the Senate. As investigations, debates, and political negotiations continue, the May 13 controversy is likely to remain part of a wider national conversation about transparency, accountability, and trust in public institutions. The issue is no longer simply about whether a senator left the Senate early. Instead, it has become symbolic of the broader tensions currently shaping Philippine politics in 2026, where leadership struggles, shifting alliances, and intense political rivalries continue redefining the country's political landscape. Tulfo's insistence that there was no hidden operation connected to his departure may satisfy some observers, while others continue demanding further clarification and formal findings. However, the larger challenge facing the Senate extends beyond this single controversy. The institution must now balance political competition with the responsibility of maintaining public confidence during a period of heightened national uncertainty. Ultimately, the controversy surrounding Senator Erwin Tulfo serves as a reminder of how fragile political trust can become during moments of intense institutional change. The Philippine Senate now faces increasing pressure not only to resolve internal conflicts, but also to demonstrate unity, transparency, and stability before the Filipino public. As political tensions continue unfolding, many citizens will closely watch whether lawmakers can move beyond accusations and speculation to focus once again on governance and national priorities. While the leadership struggle may eventually settle, the deeper questions raised by the controversy about accountability, political conduct, and public trust are likely to continue influencing Philippine politics well beyond the events of May 13.